Hello ladies and gents, hello Nick. What are we doing today?
Hello Nick. It's autumn.
It's very windy. Hopefully my hand is blocking the wind here ever so slightly.
Clean hands today. So we are today, I always go off subject, don't I? We are today hopefully revealing wheels.
Yeah,
yeah.
So this is the, if you don't know, this is the abandoned R33 project car that we've got here on the channel.
We've got too many cars now and I forget to introduce that there's a different car every time.
Exactly.
Skyline stuff.
And basically this car's been up on the ground for off the ground for quite a while. It's not been sat on its own wheels. Oh no, I just mean here.
Oh, well,
just mean here.
It's looked like this though for 6 years because it wasn't even on wheels when I picked it up. But so
but what is the aim of today? What do we have to do to get it on wheels and do the wheel reveal?
So to get it moving originally, we had to, because it had no subframe, had to put bolts through the front hub so that the bearings didn't collapse and put some space savers on. Got to get those bolts out because I only have front drive shafts because they're simulating drive shafts. Pull those bolts out, put them through the rear hubs that I now have so that they're now simulating the rear drive shafts,
so the bearings,
which I don't have, so the bearings don't collapse.
Don't collapse, yeah.
And then put the drive shafts in the front, cable tie them up in the air so that they're not going to fall
around.
They're meant to be bolted in, but I've only got one nut for one drive shaft.
So
it's like a put stuff together. But the aim is so that we can get all the wheels on.
Yeah. So basically, what we're going to do, we're going to shift some drive shafts around, put some wheels on, drop the car, and then do a wheel reveal. So pretty major stuff actually.
Make it into a roller.
Yeah, no, it will be. Yeah, and also because you've got handbrakes now, we can actually move the car safely and securely. But also the major thing here is the wheel reveal, because I've not seen them properly yet. You guys haven't seen them yet. So that's the wheel reveal. That's today's video. Right then, Nick, what we doing, mate?
Hopefully these are only hand tight because I've got to get this off and I don't have a socket big enough. I kept buying...
we said it in the last one, didn't we? If we want to build a monster truck.
Yeah. I bought another socket and that's still not big enough, so I'm just gonna hope. Oh no. Oh well, there you go. That answers that question, doesn't it? I'm glad I spent 30-40 quid on unnecessary sockets that we'll never ever use ever.
Well, yeah, no, probably might not. Do you remember what size the hub nuts or the drive shaft nuts were on the Pulsar? Because they were quite big, weren't they?
I mean,
they're not going to. They're not
big, were they?
But they're not as big as that.
Well, these aren't drive shaft nuts because that's not as big as a drive shaft nut. If you look at the drive shaft I've got behind me, they're smaller. This is
that's just a.
Yeah, it's just something that we had laying in a toolbox, so they're a lot smaller. So we've got the right size. It's just for this massive bolt.
Well, so no, actually, you might have now the right size for them.
Yeah, probably. I bet there's something like a 28 anyway that I already had. So you know, go stuff myself. So. One of those drive shafts I do have the washer and the nut for. I don't have it on the other one. Not ideal, but it doesn't matter. So this one has a pseudo washer and a giant nut. I'm just going to go to the back of the car now and just put it through. The only downside is the spline in here is a lot smaller on the fronts than it is the rears. So,
right. Shall we go back and have a look then?
Yeah, I'm just going to do that. So this... Oh. So to make you fall over as you walk back and just run at you.
I'm a pro.
This is going to be all wibbly wobbly inside here. Take that washer off.
Nice new hub look. It looks so shiny.
Yeah. So it's not ideal, but it'll keep it tight.
Won't that still affect the bearing though?
It shouldn't do. It's not. When I've actually done it up.
Right.
It will be tighter and it will be keeping some
We do have a washer there as well.
Well, it's keeping some tension on it. And it's better than having nothing there.
True.
And I haven't bought drive shafts to the back yet because I don't know what diff to buy. I do know which diff to buy, but I haven't decided between the V-spec and the non-V-spec. Because
V-spec?
the non-V... No.
All right, soz, mate. No. Don't even throw it out as an option then.
The non-V-spec is much more expensive because it's modifiable. The V-spec isn't. So I go for the cheaper, and I'm saying cheaper.
Loud.
Cheaper V-spec with the V-spec drive shafts, or the non-V-spec with the non-V-spec drive shafts.
And then have the ability
everyone seems to have a mixture of them, so someone will have a diff, and then someone will only have the drive shafts. And like, what do I end up buying?
That makes sense.
So this isn't ideal. I've got to get something to hold the back, which I don't have anything for, and I'll probably just do that up with some vice grips. But look, that's not really moving now. It is a tiny, tiny little bit, but we're only rolling.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
We're only rolling the car over there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. And it's only going to be there until I'll probably buy a drive shaft soon. You can do this by taking the... You shouldn't have to be able to take the wheel off. You can just take the centre cap out.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah, and just go to the nut.
Depending on how big the centre caps are for that nut, because it's not the right size nut.
Oh yeah, and getting a vice grip in between the centre caps.
Exactly. So you may have to do it anyway, but it doesn't matter. Cross that bridge when we come to it.
I'd rather do it this way and just have it working, rolling. I've got to go get my vice.
Right. So what we've done now, we've got the nuts in down there, or the bolts.
10 drive shafts.
Yeah.
Which are solid.
And we've also got the jack under the car ready to go, but it's not. We're not there just yet.
No, not jack.
And what we're going to be doing now is just doing the front drive shafts and cable tying them up so they don't wobble around.
Or come loose, because one of them isn't going to even be nutted in.
Yeah.
So it could just fall out, and as we move the car. So we're just going to suspend them basically, aren't we?
So this is what we're working with here. Cable ties, WD-40, all the usual essentials.
This is a Japanese if it's not cable tied.
Exactly, mate.
It's not, is it? Doesn't
So
matter.
I tell you, I'm gonna go up from the top actually, because I can, because there's nothing in the engine bay.
You just rub it in. There's nothing at all.
I don't know if we'll be able to actually see anything.
Don't even know if we'll be able to. Oh, I see. I'm coming in from the wrong angle here.
Oh, you need to go in above the sub. Yeah, it is above the subframe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you not want to come in from here first, mate? Actually, if I were you.
Well, I don't know if it's.
I would. If you, from what I can see, come in from here. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's...
Sorry, just smashed that in your face.
That is absolutely the camera.
Oh,
Thanks.
cobwebs.
Thanks very much. Well, that's because you haven't cleaned it yet.
Okay. It's fitting it through there, is the...
Well, how much further do you have to go now, then?
Oh, quite a bit.
Oh, the trials and tribulations, ladies and gents. Hope you're all enjoying this. If you are, please do hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to like these videos. Liking a video does actually go a long way to helping out. A lot more than you know, because YouTube's really weird with these kind of things.
And even if you don't enjoy it, just like it anyway, because you be passive aggressive, do it sarcastic like.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. But also, ladies and gents, if you didn't know, myself and Nick both have Car Nonsense Instagrams. So Nick_Car Nonsense on Instagram.
Hi.
And me, Nate_Car Nonsense on Instagram as well. Give us a follow. There's links down below in the description box.
The important thing about Instagram is that everything is there's a lot of reveals on there.
Well, there is, yeah. So that's the thing. There is a lot of reveals. I'm posting a lot of old car pictures at the moment. So you get to see a lot of the cars which I've got, which I haven't actually, shown anyone for a little while because they've not been on the channel or anything like that. And also another one, just another quick heads up, guys, is if you do want to support us in trying to rebuild this nightmare of a project, you can via Patreon. But the benefits of Patreon, guys, is if you want to watch the very next episode that we have on the channel, generally speaking, by and large, it's actually up there right now. So whilst you're watching this, there is another episode on the Patreon. And you can do that. I think it's for as little as £5 a month or something like that.
Yeah, that's the lowest amount.
Yeah, so, and they've got some cool names. You can support your favourite car, the GTIR, the Godzilla, all that kind of stuff. But it goes a long way to helping us out because we don't do this for a living, and that'd be fun. Yeah, we would love to. We'd love to get to a stage where we can actually, rent a space where we're not laying on the floor. That'd be great. But yeah, it just goes a long way to helping out because obviously
it's expensive doing this.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But obviously, this isn't us going, oh, please help us. Like this is stuff we'd be doing anyway. It just speeds up the content, basically, having a bit of help from you guys. And it's content that you guys like, so you might as well be a part of it as well.
Win-win then, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it?
It happens faster potentially. That's all the reason.
Exactly. That's the point. So it's a transaction. It gets us to making these things a bit quicker for you guys. Right, so that one's in. Where did you cable tie it?
Up to the I can't remember what it's called. What's it called?
Sway bar?
Really stupid, thank you. Yeah, the sway bar bush, which is absolutely knackered anyway.
People think you're the mechanic one.
Oh, mate.
People don't understand. We actually have pretty much equal knowledge on these things. The things that you don't know, I know, and vice versa.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Shut up. So I've got to do the other side. Downside to this side, it doesn't have any Doesn't have any nut on the end, so I've got to probably cable tie a little bit extra. But that side's all done.
Get cable tying then, mofo. Yeah, you going in from there again?
I am. I learnt my lesson the first time.
My suggestion then.
Yeah.
Shit me. I'm just
remember that side's a bit dodgy at the moment.
Just moving this around, yeah.
Yeah, this suspension definitely is due replacement.
Just a little bit. But anyway, guys, we'll catch up with you un momento. Right, Nick.
Hello.
Let's go and actually show these fine people the wheels. Do you want to tell them the sort of history about them, where you got them from and stuff?
So, the back of my Volvo.
What are they first? Because people can see them.
Oh, right.
Come on.
They're Impol. They were sold to me as Enki. They're not. They're Impol. They're quite a rare. They're called NS2s, a rare Japanese wheel. And for 300 quid, they're in pretty good condition. They came with decent tyres. They are Advan.
Yokohama Advan.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're actually called. AD08s. So they're quite a respected tyre. And they're in decent, I mean, they're in decent shape. They're the correct Skyline fitment, so square all round. They could do with a little bit of a refurb, and they probably need balancing, but...
And where did you have to go to get them?
Cornwall.
How long's that as a drive?
Well, round trip, 9 hours.
Oof.
So it was pretty epic, actually.
But personally, I actually really love these wheels. I think they're amazing. Well, I genuinely think they're amazing wheels.
What they look like on the car.
Yes.
It might actually look terrible on the car.
Nah, these are going to look so good. I really like this. I think they're fantastic wheels. So what we're going to do, we're going to chuck them on and then drop the car down and show you them. Big reveal on the actual car. Right, well, ladies and gents, that was a faff. You saw us messing around way too much with the jack. What was the issue with the jack? Basically just balancing the amount of wood. It was a nightmare.
So because the jack doesn't go high enough, and obviously the car was massively
And there's
high,
no subframe.
And there's no subframe. No, there's a subframe. There's no diff.
Ah,
normally you
yes.
jack on the diff. We had the jack on the furthest point in on the subframe, which is the strongest bit, with 3 big pieces of wood. So they're probably still on the jack. Just smash the car up.
I'll let you.
But because they're too wide, we had to do it that way, and it was a bit...
Yeah, but ladies and gents, here we go. It is down. Making some serious progress now, obviously.
That is the stock suspension.
So high. I'll tell you what, that's actually higher than the Pulsar, a rally car. But doesn't it look good, ladies and gents? So this is the wheel reveal. I really like them.
Do you really like them? Sorry.
No, I think that's awesome. I genuinely think that's awesome. Walking around over here onto this side. We're still going to do the fronts, obviously. Yeah. God, that's massive, isn't it? Look how high that is. Not stock.
It is. What's the GTR? The GTR shots.
It's just, that is way too high.
And you can't even say, oh, it's because there's no engine in it. It's higher because of that. Because it's in the back of the car. You get a bit more.
Wouldn't be that much though with the diff.
No, but I was saying there's a bit on the diff, but it's not that heavy.
But look at those wheels, guys. What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts down below.
The arch gap makes them look small though, doesn't it?
It does.
18-inch wheels and they're tiny.
What's the wheel size stock?
17s on this.
Yeah.
On this Skyline, yeah.
But I think they're perfect. I think they're amazing. I'm trying to convince Nick.
No, I like them.
When it goes into refurb, to refurb the wheels, keep the same sort of colour. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Good.
You don't need to convince me, mate. I'm on your side.
All right.
Yeah. So all we got to do now, the driver's side is, I can't remember. I don't even want control arm is a little bit iffy. It's not quite in on that side.
It's out of alignment basically. So the bolts are out.
To line it back up, you have to have the wheel off and to adjust it. So we're going to do this side's alloy, the front passenger side, then go around to the side. Now the car's safe.
Yep.
Take the wheel off and just dick around with it. So that's
Let's go. So ladies and gents, we've got the front down. Bit of slight trouble with the handbrake, it started to roll every now and then. But it does look good. I really love these wheels. They're not even my wheels, but I really love them. I thought I'd just jump in here and actually show myself, because I've not been in this video that much. Although this is Nick's car, so Nick predominantly hosts these videos. But I did think, hey, I just want to express how much I genuinely love those wheels. So we're just going to try and do the other side now with a weird lower control arm issue. Trying to get the bolts to line up properly. Hopefully that will go pretty smoothly, but we had to obviously put this side on first, so then we would jack up the other side, that it sort of has something to pivot on rather than the space saver. Right, Nick, so that was an absolute pig's ear. So do you want to explain to everyone exactly what they just saw in sections on that time lapse? Yeah,
so what we ended up noticing is the, I still forgot the name of this, help me.
Well, basically, so they know all about this anyway, so the lower control arm, so they know we had to jack it all up.
Yeah, lower control arm, we jacked it up, was popping out. Had to remove the suspension to the entire coilover because you can't move this to get this in the right position to push it through.
You need to move it upwards, basically.
Yeah, so moved it up, pushed it through, found luckily a couple of nuts that I had in my spare nut box.
Fuck's sake. Anyway.
And done it all back up, put all the rusty old nuts back on.
And then I had to hammer that through, didn't I?
Yeah, and this is a bit crusty through here. Obviously it's going to be part of the whole refurb process, so it's not permanent. It's cable tied up, so it's almost like it's attached, it's suspended. It's not the nicest thing. But
I mean, it spins, it's fine.
It's just there to stop it from whacking against all the metal. There's no washer or nut on this end. I did forget to buy the washer, but...
I'll tell you what, though. It's so bloody crusty, it's not going to move,
It's not going to come out. No, not a chance. You'd have to hit that with a hammer to get it back out again. So now, all you've got to do... one thing to mention that we didn't mention on the other side is because there's no brakes and there's no brake disc for the wheel to go onto. There's a little bit of space between where the disc is not quite touching the hub, so I need to go look for some brakes to get it to fit properly.
Just some discs. Just get some discs, mate.
Oh yeah, just some discs. Oh yeah, you don't even need the caliper.
No, just get a rotor. That's all.
I'll get some crusty old ones from
or even just a spacer, just anything.
Yeah.
Or even just some washers, actually. Literally just some washers.
It wouldn't be difficult, would it?
No.
Easy. But anyway, that needs to be done at some point because you're putting pressure on these studs.
Yeah.
And although they're replaceable, I'd rather not spend money that I don't have to.
Yeah.
Turns out as well, just leaning underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are rays. And that's
quite funny.
Really light compared to all the other ones.
Might be titanium.
Yeah.
Or aluminium.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be aluminium, would it?
Part number on them as well. But there's only 4 of them, sadly. So
what we're going to do now, basically, put the wheel on, and then we're done.
Yeah, let it go back down. We're going to move it over to the other side because the next video we need to be looking at the front of the car for some front stuff.
Well, yeah, next video, which won't be on Patreon right now because the next video will be Pulsar stuff, but the next video on the R33 will be essentially a front end fix up and reveal. So you can look forward to that. Yeah. Also, I think Mikey Mike asked me about how my thumb can do this.
I've got something like that as well.
So yeah, he was like, why can your thumb bend that far back? It's all to do with lax ligaments. Just as a quick FYI, I do read the comments. So anyway, let's put this wheel on and then move it on over.
Cool.
Right, so job well done.
I think so.
Took way longer than expected.
Always. I said 20 minutes. It's probably been 3 hours.
So we started at 1 and it's 3:30. So 2.5. Yeah, so pretty close.
Yeah, good weekend work.
Yeah. But it's all done. So now what we're going to do in the next video anyway, or when we start working on the car again, is basically move the car and then fix up the front end just for you guys so you can see what it's you envisage what it's going to.
It's only going to be cable tied together, but it will look really cool. And to be fair, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen it because we've. You know.
That's why you should follow on Instagram, ladies and gents.
Yep.
Links in the description box. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button. Take care.
Love you. Bye.